baby.
We are the X-Men. Together, we're unstoppable.
Plenty of tricks up my sleeve.
Oh dear.
We are the dawn that breaks his night.
We're soldiers.
Whatever forces await, we shall face them together.
She's the X-Men's most diabolical foe, Apocalypse.
I will be all that is left.
What is up, everybody? What is going on? We are back here to talk about X-Men 97, Episode 8. We got one more after this, and then the season finale. And yeah, we're going to talk about this. I definitely want to see what everybody has to say about it. First off, Danny, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
You can find me on my channel, The Road to Wisdom, on Mondays and Fridays at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me here on Sundays with these gentleman and nice young lady. You can find me Sunday, probably about another hour on Storms Live, and then Wednesday I'm on the Hangout. And then the first 3 Mondays of the month, you're on Chaos Central with me, Nzo, New Edition Jen, and Chris Knight.
That is correct. Mr. Knight, what about you?
Oh, you can find me on my channel, The Real Review 3000, where we do right now weekly wrap up. We have other things we do occasionally. I think later on, near the end of the NFL season, we'll be back to Unmasking the Masked Singer, things like that, pop culture stuff in general, and of course, like Danny said, Chaos Central first 3 Mondays of the month, and other things like roundtable reviews like this, just all sorts of stuff. So, thank you very much, Anza, for having me again.
No problem. Always a pleasure. Well, not you, but the rest of you is always a pleasure. Brian, tell the people where they can find you, sir.
Hey, you know, Mondays and Thursdays, Spoiler Kings, we always do that. I'm with 2 guys that are always late, so we start about 9:45-ish because they're never on time. It doesn't matter. But, you know, and then, I'm around with Anzo and Jen. We do all type of stuff, any type of show. We'll come and review that. And then Saturday mornings, we always got The Rewind, which is phenomenal. That was a great show yesterday. I got to give you big ups for this one. This last one was great. So I was watching, I was like, shit, this is good as hell.
No, man, they were your topic, so it was fine, man. I give you the props for that one. But I did cut up our Jonathan Majors rant and put it out there. So
yeah, I want to watch that.
I saw it and I hyped and I liked the video, just so everybody knows. I saw it.
Appreciate
That'll
it.
be a good debate.
Huh? Jonathan, yeah.
One a good debate. It was like, what the is this?
Yeah, 100%. This trash ass. Anyways, Jen, tell me where they can find you. We ain't here talking about that clown.
You guys can catch me on Nerdy AF and guest hosting sometimes with Sci-Fi Vision and Real Cinema Therapy, and of course with these gentlemen, and of course Big Afford Entertainment.
100%. And maybe we could talk a little bit about it tomorrow, but we definitely doing our Spider-Man ranking.
I was gonna see that right there, Brian, Jen, Chris.
Yeah, here we
You just
go.
heard a jilted lover. You just heard it.
Wait, what?
For years he had this bromance with Jonathan Majors, and now the jilted lover. Man. He just called this man a clown. Wow.
100%.
There you go.
That trailer's problematic, man.
I want to point out how accurate Jen is when she talks. She's very on point lots of times, especially when she says, with you gentlemen and Big Afford Entertainment. See, she called us gentlemen. She just said Anza, Big Afford Entertainment.
Anzo knows.
Don't do that to me, Tank.
There you go. Thank you. Very good.
And it's on. Here we go.
On and popping. Let's go.
You see? Defends the homies all day, every day. Thank you, Jen. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? You see, it's always the white people that come in here and try and mess up the flow. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. And yes, Danny, you are correct. He is a clown. The bromance is over. It's done. All right. Me and Jonathan Majors have been divorced. We are
Wow.
done. That's it. Fuck him.
What's the chance of reconciliation?
Wow.
What's that?
What's the chance of reconciliation?
Man trying to eat, man.
Ooh, I don't think there can be one.
0%, 0% chance of reconciliation. Like, yeah, I'm done.
Yeah,
Wow.
zero. Absolutely.
I'm sure Nazis said, listen, I need to still be a soldier and eat too, so I'm going to keep following these directions, even though it's the most fucked up thing in the world. It don't make it right. I don't give a shit. Starve.
True, a
Let's
lot
Yeah.
of them did.
Yeah, 100%. Starve your ass. That's right. You know what I mean? Find other opportunities. Definitely. Fuck that guy.
I was on the other side. I really was on the other side saying, you know, not working for 3 years, 4 years, you need to be able to provide for your family. You have a badass wife. It's probably one of the best looking girls
100%.
in the world. 100%. You need to go do what you got to do. As a man, you need to work. Fuck that. What you just did that movie is so deplorable. Like
100%.
looking at you like, man, that's pretty messed up. Right? That's how bad that is. You went to a place where I can't follow.
Same here. Ever
Oh,
again.
wow. You went to a place I can't follow, Anakin.
Oh my god.
Annie,
Actually,
you went to a place I can't follow.
listen, I would rather him quote that because I had to fucking quote the stinking ass let the past die to someone the other day. You know what I mean? And it just felt horrible coming out of my mouth. I'm like, I can't believe I'm quoting this trashy ass movie.
As long as I don't die from from heartbreak, then it'll be all right.
Hey, hold on. We are not going to start prequel slander up in here, Brian. We are not doing that, right? We can slander the sequels, but we aren't slandering the prequels. We're not doing that, right, Danny? At least that's where I'll defend you on that one, Danny. Yeah, at least that's where I'll defend you on that one, Danny.
I love
I
Revenge of the
agree.
Sith until that part. You're breaking my heart, and then next thing you die. What?
Yeah, that was horrible.
Get your ass up.
Yes. He dies of a broken heart. It's so romantic and Oscar worthy. It's Oscar worthy. Come on, Brian. Think about this. Think about it. It's up there with Oscar performances like I Hate Stan.
First off, Danny, we don't even take Chris seriously because he likes The Last Jedi. All right? So there's nothing he can say
And
about Star.
straight, I do. I will die on the hill.
Yeah.
Up with
Alone.
nine. You fucked
Yeah.
up with
'Cause you're-
nine. No. I'm not the only one.
I remember we used to be on a channel where we had to defend, or at least try to counteract two people that used to say how great that movie was. Oh my God!
You
I
look
think
at the people
Danny-
that you're at the counter, and you like, ugh.
yeah, I think Danny's going on the channel later on today. So you know what I mean? But we are here to talk about X-Men 97, The Dead Man's Hand, episode 8. We're going to go around the table and we're going to talk about what we thought about this episode. And this is why Brian and Jen are my co-hosts on a lot of things, is because they actually felt the same way that I did. And I was like, yes, because I didn't want to be the only one. But Brian, you go first. What is your overall thoughts of this episode?
I mean, it had some good parts. It was okay. But I have some issues. I have a lot of issues as I'm looking through it. I felt like it was a little, I don't know what's the word, but something was missing from this resurrection for Gambit. It just didn't feel right. It felt like just empty. And some parts of this kind of felt like they were trying to change the story. Like they was going one direction, right? And we were going to feel a certain way, and then they didn't want it to be, go to where it was going to be for the finale. So they changed it, and the changing of it kind of made me feel a little bit like just not
Why?
down with it. It didn't make sense. Emotionally, I wasn't as devastated as when Gambit died that first time, and how good it was.
Yes.
And it still felt the path. This was kind of just soulless a little bit. Not that it was bad. It's not bad, because I don't think anything in X-Men 97 is bad. It's just when you raise the bar here and you don't hit here, then I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah. It was.
When I listen to Brian, I want to say the N word. I can't. Like, what are you thinking?
Wow.
Are you crazy?
Do it. Do it, Danny. Do it. Do it, Danny. Go ahead. Darth Kaka's here to send you to the dark side.
I'm gonna wait my turn. I'm gonna keep my peace.
Well, I know you're gonna say it a couple times because Jen's next, and then I'm after that. So we're gonna hear the N word sooner or later today. Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah. So this is the first episode that I really didn't like. I thought it was off. It didn't keep up the same momentum that it was giving us. I felt there were elements in this episode that kind of felt rushed and didn't kind of make sense.
Very rushed.
Like very rushed. But it's not that it didn't make sense. I agree with you, Brian. Like we thought we were going one way and then it took like a hard right. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? I didn't like certain things in this episode a lot. Bringing in Chantra and really not explaining it and that whole connection. Belladonna.
Oh my
there.
God, that is so bad.
That was so bad. I was so mad. Going back to what like originally happened in the comics, like Jean Grey and them, I felt like they bought Storm and Jean Grey and Cyclops in that did nothing for the story.
Absolutely
They
nothing.
really need them there. So I was not impressed by any of it at all. And even how they were getting Gambit like in and out, or Apocalypse in and out, and Gambit and the whole Professor X thing. I was like, that's what it just didn't hit the way it should have. I agree with you, Brian. I wasn't really happy with this. I'm not gonna say it was the worst episode, probably the worst for the season, but not like the worst ever. But it was not. It was not good, not for a penultimate. And I know we already discussed like with the new showrunner that's coming on, the new writers, like which way are they going to go with this? And I was like so hyped for this season. Now I'm really concerned and where this finale is going to land and where they're going, because I feel like this is the first episode that we really feel the change in writing. The pacing was off, the writing was off. There were some lines that I was like, pointless, why? Like other things should be happening. So I wasn't the biggest fan of this episode at all. I kind of felt like I got left hanging by the time the episode was done. I was like, but what? And I know they're short episodes. I usually feel at the end of an episode like I want more. This one I was like, oh God, I want more just because you need to fix that, not because I want more of what you did. And that's not a good sign.
Listen, you talked about Storm and Jean Grey, and Gambit slapped them around like they were the Three Stooges. Not Gambit, Nightcrawler. Slapped them around like they were the Three Stooges. I was like, wait, what? No, we're not doing this. Chris, go ahead. Your thoughts.
3 words for overall thoughts. Confounding, confusing, and perplexing.
I'm with you on those 3 words. I like your selection.
And again, I will not say that it was bad.
It's not bad. It's not
sure.
It's not bad. It just wasn't the best of this season, and definitely not where it needs to hit for a penultimate episode.
100%. First off, Anik Jones said, y'all are mad because the final's going to be about X-Force, X-Factor, and X-Men at the X-Corp. No. I mean, that's part of it, but it felt like it was leading to something epic, right?
I think really quick that there are things in this that are going to be used in the final that they just threw in here and they're back in the background. They could have been up front much more.
I agree.
I'll get into that a little more.
No, I agree with what you're saying too.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
Overall thoughts for this episode for me was, and I told Danny, I was like, meh. I was like, it's not bad episode, but I feel like I felt the change of where it was gonna go. You know what I mean? I like, wait, we were doing this apocalypse thing, and yes, and then all of a sudden we're not.
Well, I mean, Apocalypse was doing stuff, right? But it was just that Chandra, like, making her a footnote in this episode, not really going through. We talked about this. We foreshadowed her in episode 3, talking about how important she is in taking down Apocalypse.
Yeah.
And then you let her die in like 3 minutes of screen time. Why? What are we doing? It's supposed to be mirroring what's going on with Gambit and Rogue. Like, that's supposed to be the mirror. It needed more time to develop, and you did it too fast. And it's because obviously there's supposed to be 2 episodes of what's going on. This is supposed to be 8 and 9, and they combined it into 1 episode, and then they cut off the end. So instead of having 2 episodes, that's what they were changing the story because they didn't want to follow what the Bo DeMay was
But the
doing.
man was doing.
And it's pretty obvious that's how they did it, and that's
Absolutely.
they spent the most time doing. And that's what bothers me because it could have been epic because I think you were going down the right. Everyone's saying, okay, we're doing these side stories to get back to this ending, and then 8 and 9 are going to be epic.
Epic.
And
Right.
they could have been epic if you wouldn't have rushed it. And it should have been 8, 9, 10.
Absolutely, 100%. Danny, your overall thoughts. Go ahead, Danny.
I didn't have this hate that y'all have for it.
I don't have hate for it.
It's not
Well,
hate, it's
confusion, whatever those 3 words you use, confusion, caca, whatever it was. I didn't have all that. We knew it was about. We knew Apocalypse. Whenever Apocalypse is in the mix, he always empowers somebody else. You saw that he resurrected Gambit. I knew for a fact that he was in there some kind of way. So all this, the power that he gave Gambit, and the main thing was Gambit. He let us believe that Gambit had defeated him. I knew that he had. And Gambit main thing was trying to, my estimation, recruit and get back Rogue. To me, it makes sense that he went back to somewhere he is familiar and got his gang, transfer them. I don't have a problem with Nightcrawler defeating the rest of X-Men because he has empowerment from Apocalypse. You saw in the movies, whenever Apocalypse add to your power, whatever, you become exponentially stronger. So I didn't see any problem with that. We also know that Gambit has the cards that he used. Now he can make the cards himself, do that kind of stuff. He was popping in, popping out. The motorcycles that could do all this crazy stuff. All that was Apocalypse. I was not surprised. I was a little surprised how easily he defeated. I think in the astral plane, whatever you want to call it, in the mind, Professor X should be a little bit stronger than he was. He made him look like chump change. But other than that part of it, I didn't have a problem with because earlier in this series, they always showcase one particular X-Man. They did Wolverine, they did X-Force, this kind of stuff. I didn't have a problem with Gambit. Plus, we already knew it foreshadowed Dead Man's Hand. So I knew this was going to be primary Gambit. Maybe it's not the way that y'all wanted it to be, but I didn't have a problem with the story that they presented. Should there be another episode past this? Possibly. Or they transition from the creator to their way of seeing things? Possibly. But as far as hating it, like, man, I didn't get that from it.
But
So,
you
I-
also were saying about the whole Chandra thing and how they, we've had that foreshadowed, and that was a big point of emphasis before, and then all of a sudden to not really dive
Gambit
into
just
that part of it.
kills her just like that. Like, easy. Like,
That's
wait a
bad-
minute.
That's bad storytelling, right? I mean,
Right.
that's usually if you foreshadow something, it needs to mean something. Then if you foreshadowed it and it doesn't mean anything, then that was bad writing back then. Why would you do that and then let it just kind of end?
Right. And another thing, too, is I don't mind. Okay, so, yeah, Nightcrawler had the power to rival them. But they didn't do nothing. Storm didn't do nothing. Jean Grey didn't do nothing. They just showed a clip of them getting slapped up, and that was it. And I was like, really? That's what we're doing here?
It
Yeah,
seemed rushed.
most of the
No,
to me,
I think Nightcrawler could
this
do
was
it,
a
though.
story about Gambit, so they were going to focus 85% of the story about Gambit.
Right,
I
but
saw Dead Man
Gambit didn't do shit. His fucking crew was the ones that were beating everybody up. Gambit didn't really do much,
I
and I
thought
was
his
like,
main objective was try and get Rogue, convince her, and then to get the stone or whatever that power from the lady that he killed, whatever her name is. That was his main objective, correct?
But
Yeah, but
that's
they
the
didn't even
problem,
really
Danny.
explain
You said, "What's her
Chandra.
name is?"
Yeah, they
you don't
didn't
even know
even
who
explain-
she is.
Eternal. Yeah.
Yeah, them not explaining Chantra was a huge deal because, like, Belladonna and those crews, they would leave ties every year for external, like, praying for her to give them, like, powers and another, like, year of stuff. They didn't even tie into why Gambit had to go back to his hometown to get his crew in order to summon her. Like, that kind of got left out. They didn't even mention, like, the tithes and all that stuff. And then you didn't really understand. Even Rogue was like, having your ex come find me. Like, it was just, it wasn't clearly explained. I knew kind of what it was going on, but for somebody just watching the show, I didn't think they did a good job of explaining it. And she got killed so quickly for nothing over, it just didn't fit right. And that's not what I was expecting. And I still wanted everybody that was in the show, all the characters, but I just expected a different role for them to be played. I thought Jean Grey was going to be used more, and definitely Storm as well, and they really weren't.
Absolutely, 100%. Brian, you were gonna say something?
No, I think that's exactly the point. Like they just rushed. I don't think we think the story itself is bad because I think it's very similar to the story that Bo was going to take, but they rushed it so they could put it in take it a different direction, and that's our issue because you've been foreshadowing things for multiple episodes saying that we're going to do this, we're going to do this, this is going to come back and be important. And then when it's not important, you're rushing that part of the story. I think it kind of makes the story a little bit less important or less enjoyable. And because we're so engaged with it, that's why you're upset.
Right.
Agreed, 100%. So we'll get into our positives. I'll let Danny go first on this one. Just give me 1 second. All right, so we'll get into our positive real quick. But first, Anit Jones said they didn't really need to explain if you're an X-Men fan of the old X-Men cartoons because they literally had an episode with the Gambit going back home for the Tide in the early 90s. Yeah, but who remembers that? You know what I mean? Like,
it's not about
who remembers that.
Yeah, this isn't necessary. You got to think. I don't disagree with what he's saying in some senses because those of us who watched it, yeah, okay, we might remember that episode. This might trigger, hey, oh yeah, I remember that. But this isn't just for us. In fact, if anything, this is like, okay, maybe Marvel, Disney, that group of people is actually getting the fact that in order to bring like our kids into it, this is it. But what if there's a kid out there that's watching this? His parents don't give a crap about this, but he likes the show. He might be sitting there like, what the hell is this? What's going on here? So I think you still should have some explanation for it.
Right.
Absolutely agreed. Go ahead, Brian.
Did we not like this entire season kind of been foreshadowing that we're going to have all 4 horsemen?
Right.
We're going to do this with all.
It felt like.
Why would he then only have Gambit as Death? And then decide this is going to be my master plan with the X-Men. It doesn't make sense. It seemed missing and rushed. Like, I don't understand why they changed directions. You were doing one thing and then decide to go over here. Why?
I have a theory about that, maybe.
Go ahead.
You guys said that the writer left early mid-season this one.
Yeah. Bo DeMeo.
Yeah, so
episode 5, I believe.
Yeah. What if they looked at it and he had written out, like, bringing it exactly like that, and they looked at it and said, well, wait a minute, let's change this because we want to hold on to this storyline longer. We want to go into next season with it or something. I mean, they might have done that. That might have been the case. Again, we don't know what changed from what may have been the plan, and I think that's something that we might be seeing. Again, confusion is typically when you get somebody replacing somebody else and they don't quite get what's going on. Disney, Star Wars. They don't get Star Wars.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, 100%. No, I'll definitely agree with you, but I also think it has a lot to do with we just don't want to give this guy any more writing credits because his names is still on the credits, right? And it's like, no, we want to get rid of this guy now. They're suing him or he's suing them and stuff like that. Yeah, so they want to get away from him as quick as possible, and I think this is one of the ways they're doing is by switching up the story so that next season they can go in a totally different path and don't have to use him at all. You know what I mean? So that's where I think they're going with this. But T1000 said it wasn't bad, just fast-paced and missed opportunities throughout the episode. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I don't think it was horrible. It was just meh to me, to be honest with you. I was watching the Batman Crusade. I was watching that, and I was like, oh, this first episode was better than that last episode of this. There's no doubt about that. So, Danny, what are your positives for this episode?
Like I said, I like to see Gambit back, see him powered up. He's always been one of the favorite. The love story between him and Rogue, like his main motivation is trying to get back to Rogue and get her, because he said now that they can transcend death and they can be together. And you can see she's trying to the inner battle with herself. Do I want to do that? 'Cause my love of Raymond, do I want to be true to the X-Men? And so you can see that. Also, you got to remember, too, that I just looked up X-Men 93. Those first two seasons were 13 episodes. They only got 9 now. But, that may be some. I'm not going to say that's totally the reason why. When you got limited space, limited time, limited episodes, you have to put in what you think is the most important.
But they had it set at 10, and then they shut it. They recently moved it back to 9. It was 10 supposed to be, and then they said we're going to cut this out and we're going to fix the back half of this. So they changed it after they already told us it would be 10 episodes.
Well,
Yeah.
9 or 10 is still 3 short of what the original
Mhm.
first 2 seasons. The third season was 13 episodes. The fourth season was 17 episodes. Last season was 17 and 14. So they're cutting themselves by 4 or 5 episodes, depending on however you look at it. So when you do that, you have to make conscious decisions. Do I want to put this in the store? Do I want, like y'all said, is this not as smooth as it should be? Did there be some foreshadowing that you didn't turn out to be? That could be possibly the truth, but at the end of the day, if you only got a set number of episodes, then you have to put in what you think is the most important part. And then fans like you and Jen and Nzo that read the comic books and know it can put stuff together. For the normie fans, they have to do a little bit of research. Is that fair? Is that right? No. But it is what it is in the world of Disney Plus. We know they do some strange and crazy things. But overall, I just like I said, Gambit. He's been one of the favorites. I was really intrigued with the love story between him and Rogue. It seemed to be his motivation. Maybe not Apocalypse. Then I really like the scene where he was asking Professor to pull him out, and you could see them struggling pulling his spirit or his soul, his part out of Apocalypse, and Apocalypse taking him back, and then all of a sudden Rogue was able to take him back and completely pull him out, but then he still the only way they could suppress Apocalypse was to put him in that, I guess, that coma or whatever he is, and the Professor saying, "You got time. We don't have much time because he's going to break out of this eventually." So that those stakes that we always talk about, I see it in that story, and I enjoy that. So
Absolutely.
I thought that was good.
No, I like it.
Your positives?
Who's?
Who?
Chris.
Chris.
Oh, I didn't hear him say my thing. Okay. Well, again, I like the way that they're bringing a lot of different characters into it. I think that is, again, one thing that they're doing really nicely, bringing characters in that, you might not need a reason to have them there, but they fit at times. Yeah, again, the what's her name thing, again, that they stole the jewel from. Anyways, when they went there to bring her up and take
External.
Thank you, external.
Yeah.
When they took her jewel from her, when they did that, I felt like that was super rushed. It's like, here we're here, boom, there she is, boom, grab it, done. And I get he says it even. He's like, I don't have time for this. We're just gonna go. Okay, fine, funny. But that felt like way too easy of a task. Way too easy of a task for the things you know about her. And I don't know. But I liked the fact that they added all this stuff, the different characters and stuff. I did like the trying to pull Gambit back out from Apocalypse. I liked the internal battle between Apocalypse, Gambit, and Professor X. And then Rogue comes in and plays there. I did like that. I like the foreshadowing if they continue going in the direction they're going, that I think Apocalypse is going to end up taking his body back. I think that's what's going to happen. They're going to try to get him away from Gambit, and he's going to go back to his original body. That's what I foresee happening. I like all that, but it was way too far in the background. Like, oh, look, here's his body. We're just going to put this in the closet over here, and we're going to go on with our merry way like nothing is going on. Like, we're not trying to figure out, did he die? Did he not die? Beast should have been had a scene where he's looking at the body of Apocalypse and thought, I'm not sure what's going on here. I mean, I don't know. It just felt like everything was just like, look at this, 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 and here we go. And then we're at the end, and it's like, wait a minute, what really happened here? What were we doing? But again, I'm not trying to bring in the dislikes. I'm just saying I liked the thought process behind some of it, and it really had some really good moments. It just, yeah, we'll get to other
the negatives, absolutely. Jen, go ahead. Your positives.
All right, I gotta think. All right, so
Yeah,
I
me too. Me too.
One other thing, really quick.
Go ahead.
I do like the way the Dark Gambit looked.
Mm.
I did like the way they did that. It looked really good. And when she went to go touch him, and she's like, "Well, what the hell's going on here?" That was good.
yes.
There you go.
I was gonna say that that's what I actually like. That she woke up from that nightmare. I like that they were playing cards, which I thought was for today's
That's kinda
generation that might be
insensitive.
traumatizing.
That's
What?
insensitive. Come on, you can't be playing
It
poker
can be.
after you're talking about gambling. Like, hey,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I see how like the younger generations like that's traumatizing. Well, I grew up in the 80s. It was confront your fear to conquer it. So I like that they were all with her, power free, playing the game, like trying to make her feel comfortable again, knowing that it obviously tied back to Gambit. So I kind of liked it. I saw like she kind of felt uncomfortable, but you got to like push through it. I like that they were all with her and they were trying to push through it. And then I liked the proposal that the mansion and the way like Nightcrawler came to get her, and she came down in the wedding dress and she floated down to him. I really liked those scenes with her because it really just showed that love connection. And I like the overall theme. Like no matter how much evil is put inside of you, you still remember love. Like love outweighs all of that. And that overarching theme for this episode is what really stuck with me. That I really liked the best. Maybe because I'm a girl. Maybe because it was I don't know. Maybe it was the sensitivity part, but I'm like, see, love conquers all. Like, yay. That was the biggest thing that I got from this episode.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Brian.
Actually, I liked a lot about this. I thought that beginning and her dream sequence was phenomenal. It was a great way to start the entire episode. It was so just engaging, and you felt for it. You felt everything that was going on in that dream sequence. And then to piggyback off of that, then I'll say when she moved into the psychic battle, and she was just so badass and kind of pulled everyone out. Her interest was just phenomenal too. So like Rogue was a badass entire episode.
Yeah.
I had no issues with her at all. I also thought that we had a really good job. Well, Apocalypse being a overarching enemy, you know, they did that right. I think they could have did some better things with it, but
Right.
the understanding that he is the main villain, they kept the focus on he's the main one, not everyone else. Everyone else is just minions. Even though he should have done more, he should have brought all his minions in, but at least they kept the focus on him. I thought the feeling wasn't great when the reunion between Gambit and Rogue, but it still did have feelings. You know, you still see the wedding, and you were hopeful for them, and you could understand Rogue's, you know, her pain, her confusion, her not really know what to do because I've been waiting for this man all my entire time. I missed him so much. Do I marry him? Do I go with him? I don't know exactly what to do. You understood her dilemma. And I thought that they highlighted that very well. I also kind of liked that to see how Scott and Jean, how stupid they are when they're dealing with Cable, and because you understand as a parent, no matter as a parent, you feel like you missed out, you did wrong, you're still gonna continue to reach out, and I understood why that was happening, and I didn't have a problem with that because I knew, but that's what they do the entire time with Cable, all the time. They didn't miss that, so those things were fine. I thought that they did pretty good in a lot of those areas, and as much as I did understand Nightcrawler not having more pushback, the scene was awesome.
Yeah.
Seeing him in and out and doing all that stuff, and someone who's very, very just laid back and very humble and God fearing and all that stuff, just letting loose and going. It literally would be like if I got to Danny and Danny's cool, and then all of a sudden he just lets loose and just knocks all of us out. It's like, yeah, well, you know, he's usually laid back, but you know, this dude's a badass too. So it's cool to see that, and I thought that we finally put some respect on his name.
Because he was in control of himself.
That's true, but that's what the power that he has inside of him.
Exactly. It shows you exactly
he's
what
always
he's
in
capable
control
of.
what he wants to do. If he goes out of control, we're gonna have a problem. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness. And I think that was that Nightcrawler moment.
I got you. Y'all think Gambit trying to convert Rogue to the dark side? If not, dead. I don't think so anymore. I mean, in this episode, she probably was, but like I don't know. I'll get to what I think gonna happen in the next episode, but maybe Rogue will become a horseman. No,
Not
we're not.
anymore.
We're,
That's
we're,
out the
we're
window.
yeah,
No,
we're
I think
we're
we
not
thought
going
that.
down that route.
That
We're
yeah.
not
I
going
think
down
we
that
thought
route
that,
anymore.
but yeah, no, I don't think so.
No,
Yeah,
that's one of
yeah.
my complaints. Like they could have done so much more with making more horsemen this episode, and that's out the window now. That's gone. I can't even see how they would even do that right now.
Didn't know Gambit can control minds and use his cards can fly anywhere he wants them to. I hope they let him keep some of those powers. Yeah, those powers are definitely because he was a horseman. That's why he was able to do that, but I don't know him able to do that on a regular basis. Bo would have made the better episode better though. Does anyone follow him on any social media to get his thoughts on season 2?
I don't think we need to talk about it. Can he not talk about it until afterwards?
No, I don't think he can either because he hasn't mentioned anything, nothing. And I follow him on X, so he hasn't mentioned anything. I thought Night Crider putting belt to ass was super funny for some reason. Yeah, you know why it was funny? Because, like I said, he beat their asses like they were the Three Stooges. Like they literally showed a scene of faces, and they all of them get punched up. So they show Storm, she gets punched. They show Jean, she gets punched. They show Cyclops, she gets punched. I'm like, what the? No, bro. No electricity, no mind powers, no nothing. No.
I can combine the solar winds. I can control all of that, but I can't control someone slapping me in the face. What?
Yeah. It was like some Larry Curly Moe shit. Blap, 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 blap. You know what I mean? I'm like, really? This is what we're doing? So yeah, that's one of my negatives. But when I come to positives, I'm gonna kind of talk about the same things you guys talked about, but there's not that much positives for me in this episode. And I think for me, it's possibly because I was expecting something different. Like, just for an example, it felt like they were going down this epic battle with Gambit, right, as a horseman, and it didn't go there. It was like, oh, let me get Rogue and marry Rogue. I'm like, wait, no, you're a horseman. Why is Apocalypse in you, but you still able to control what you want to do? Why isn't Apocalypse the one taking control of your mind, body, and soul? You know what I mean? Like I just.
That's what we're going to talk about for my unbelievable. It's like I'm like, how you can't have him being possessed, but not letting him be possessed. What the fuck? Like,
it made no sense.
Could it also have been though that the Apocalypse was trying to?
I think he was just trying to hide until they forced his hand.
Or even he sees Rogue as a problem. If he sees her as the most important person, because she could take his powers away. If he's worried about her, and she cured all the other horsemen. So why I need to attack her and get her on my side immediately? Because if she doesn't have her power, they can't stop me.
Yeah, you remember too, him and Rogue had a moment in the desert before you came Apocalypse.
100%.
So I think that. I think he was just hiding, waiting for opportune time, and they rushed him before he wanted to really reveal himself. That's the vibe I got.
Even if that's the case, and Apocalypse is just trying to hide out, and he's trying to get Rogue on his side, what does getting married have anything to do with it? Look what happened with Chandra. She done double traded. Like, you didn't learn from Chandra's mistake, bitch. Ain't nobody want you. They're gonna keep betraying you. So why would you even try that there? It just I was confuddled. If you gonna start using horsemen to destroy the mutants, because that's what you want, to destroy everybody, then don't try to take one as your wife. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the thing, right? It's like you had this thing where you tell Professor X your X-Men the way you feel about them is going to be your downfall.
But
and then
love.
I think he was just giving
Gambit what he wants.
Just appease him. That way he could pull him more and say, okay, I gave you what you want. Now succumb to me, blah, blah, blah. That's what I think.
I get that, but once you're an Apocalypse, like a horseman, you follow him. He don't need to appease Gambit.
Yeah, but they done broke. But you done seen the movie where who was able to Magneto was able to break his.
This has nothing to do with the movie though.
I'm just saying we've seen it in the past.
Yeah. But this you can't compare what we've seen in the movies to what we're seeing in this show. It's totally different. You know what I mean? yeah. Like we can't do that. But this, like, from what I know, once you Apocalypse, you follow Apocalypse, right? All the horsemen who were Apocalypse, they had to follow the orders. They were under the spell, if guess you want to call it, or whatever. So that's a lot of the issues that I have with it. But we'll go into the issues. I'll start with you, Danny. Wait, did I start with you on that end? No, Brian, you start with your negatives. Yeah, go ahead.
We'll start with the non-emotional moments. Is the fact that you didn't have all four horsemen. You can't go from episode 4. It's foreshadowing that you're going to have all four horsemen. You don't kill Magneto. You don't have these things set up for it, and then never cash in your chips. I think that that's a mistake. You can't do that. Magneto is the second most important X-Men that we have in the comic books, the show, anything you want. So you can't not then cash in those chips. I thought that was just a mistake in itself.
Who's the first most important X-Men?
Probably Professor X, because there's no X-Men without Xavier.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to have Xavier as being the dude, and then you have to have the antithesis of Xavier on the other side, so that kind of got to be Magneto. So I think those are really the most two important ones overall. The Chandra thing, this doesn't make any sense. You set up Apocalypse to be this main badass, and one of the most important storylines is him falling in love. They foreshadowed it when he was talking in the desert with Rogue when he's in Sabanur. They foreshadowed how important that is. He said, "I hope you find this love," and they made it a point to make that sure that stood out in all the context, and then to not talk about it, to not even be about it, and then how do you do this and then I have House of X? It's almost like you're cut off your nose to spite of your face. Like, well, why would you do this? You can't kill off this character. You shouldn't kill off characters that are important and other storylines that you want to eventually get to if you want 10 seasons. I don't think that made any sense. I think that they did a poor job with that. They should have done something that she's not actually dying, not actually dead, but going to another realm or something like that. I could go on and on, but I know that everyone else is going to have a lot of stuff. But I do think it's a little bad to have for one of them to have a dead man's hand and to say that to Rogue after she's still heartbroken. Well, don't forget it. I got the dead man's hand. You see this? That was kind of fucked up. Just saying. Like, you don't need to do those things. So I think that they just missed on a few things because they're trying to change the direction of stuff, and it's obvious, and I would have rather had all four horsemen because Apocalypse is supposed to be a main villain. He's supposed to be smart then, right? A smart move is to make sure I have all four of my chess pieces ready to go before I attack the X-Men. All four groups.
100%. And to your point, right? Remember when Ramatut is talking to her and he's like, "Oh, you're going to be very important."
Yep.
And she wasn't. They killed her. Like, what are we doing there? I had so much issues. Go ahead, Jen. You're next.
I'm 100% with everything that Brian said. Even though that they took the heart, like Chandra's heart, the gem away, that should not have killed her. Even that should not have killed her at that point. So like I was like, what? How? She's external. Like I'm not. Whatever. That was a huge thing. I was very upset with. I mean, kind of going back to the dead man's hand thing in the beginning, I didn't realize it until I watched it a second time. There was definitely a foreshadowing because who was it? Was it Beast that won? Beast won with triplets, right? With threes.
Yeah.
You're gonna have X Corp, X Force, and X Factor. They're the ones that kind of X-Men and not X Corp. Sorry, X-Men, X Factor, and X Force. They're the ones that all come and kind of win at the end of the day, kind of. So I like that was like a little bit of a foreshadowing for the way the ending was gonna be, even though I didn't realize it. Some other issues I had was the whole Cable and the way he was with them and just seeing that dynamic. I mean, it wasn't surprising, but how he went.
They're stupid.
They're just stupid. The way he betrayed them at the end, but then couldn't shoot because he saw Jean, but he's got the biggest problem with her. I don't know. It just didn't hit maybe the way it should have had, and I wasn't a real big fan of that. And then everybody showing up and then really doing nothing was another big issue that I had. I'm like, for the first time I realized like Storm takes forever to get her powers. I know we've all said that before, but this time like she went to try to do something and then Nightcrawler takes her out. I'm like, see, you have the powers on point. Like now I get it. Like you can't do that.
The solar winds are so awesome, and by the power of this stuff, I'm going
The movies did a disservice to Storm as a character because it's like she always has to ramp up.
Yes.
It's like it's like that's not how this works. It's not supposed to work that way.
100%.
It's like every other mutant can just go like, boom, got it. Here we go.
Yeah.
And she's like, hold on, warming up. And wait, hold on. I'm warming up and
Yeah, she should have been powerful. You know what I mean? Like,
Agreed.
I don't know, man. Also, maybe Nightcrawler can be badass and powerful, but his religious faith makes him weak and very soft because he doesn't want to hurt people. So when he has that faithless mindset, he has power.
I don't know if I want to say weak, but he's in control of himself, and he loses control. Because I don't think the idea of being religious or faithful makes you weak.
Makes you weak, yeah.
It makes you understand that you can stay in control and you can look at both sides of it beforehand.
And Nightcrawler is not an Omega level mutant. He's just not. You know what I mean? He's not an Omega level mutant, and he took out Omega level mutants like they were nothing. Right. I'm just happy Cable finally used his power because all he ever does is use a gun and make his eyes glow. I got you. Chris.
It's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Negative. Chris.
I think, yeah, besides the rush, which we've talked about, the whole, I think, Brian said it, having the Horseman in line is Apocalypse. That's like his style. So him kind of being caught, maybe off guard in a way, like, he almost seems like he's one-on-one with Charles in that scene. And then when Rogue comes in, it's like it takes him by surprise, so he starts losing the upper hand, and they flip the script on him. I don't know. That all just didn't make sense, because really, in that situation, I would have thought that, he would have had it. Plus, you're dealing... I guess they're trying to be philosophical here, that Gambit... it's his spirit, and his spirit's still strong and all that, and that's how they were able to pull him back. But he was dead, so there's a lot of confusing things there, exactly. And I know it's a comic book type thing, so maybe fine. But again, there's the missed opportunities with, hey, look, we brought his body here. Literally, like, if you didn't really watch it at the moment they show him unloading it, like when Cable comes and unloads the body, if you didn't actually see that and like turned your head for the 3 seconds it might have been on screen, you would have never known that they had the body there. So because they had the body there, I'm like, that's such a secondary plot point, but I think that would be the main plot point. How is Gambit alive, and how is Apocalypse dead? Is Apocalypse really dead, or is he now taking the place of Gambit? Like, there's all sorts of these questions.
I will say though, that they kind of foreshadow earlier also that he's able to regenerate, so that's one good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and so I mean, those are there, and I that's what I think we're going to see is like they'll either find a way to separate Gambit and him, and that'll somehow down the line play out. But again, I'm with you guys. I think that this should have been 3 episodes ago. Again, we go back, we look at the episodes we've gotten. They're fine. They're dandy, all that stuff. But now you're like, well, man, you could have just been telling the story. Like, this story could have been, Gambit, and then who's your next horseman? Who's your next horseman? Who's your next horseman? And this is that one, like where the 4 horsemen show up with Apocalypse now, and that's moves us into the final episode. That type of thing. It's like, so there's a lot of questioning about what is the path they're trying to go. I think that's the thing. It's just there's too many questions in this that this should answer. And again, to Brian's point, penultimate episodes are meant to answer questions and propose the final challenge to both parties. Like, what is it the villains have to do or want to do? They haven't done it yet. And what do the heroes have to do or want to do to stop it? And that's how you end the penultimate. Is just say, here it is. We have set it up. This is the battle. This is what's going to happen next.
Right.
And I don't feel like we're there. I feel like we're going to move on and try to figure out how are we going to save Gambit, and how is that going to lead to Apocalypse coming back. That's what I think how they're going to do. I almost see the end of this season being Apocalypse coming back to life and
and leaving and going to another
Yeah,
realm.
basically. That's
100%.
It's like, huh?
They did
Danny,
so much
go
setup.
go ahead, Jen.
I was gonna say they did so much setup this whole season for that. It almost
Yes.
feels like it
That's
wasn't
A waste
yeah.
of time.
a waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
And like just the fact that now Apocalypse has no horsemen. Like not
Mm-hmm.
one. And I'm like, where
Yeah.
are we gonna go with this then? Like, is he like what's the big battle gonna be? Or like what are we leading up to at this point? And at this point, I almost want to take Apocalypse completely off the table. I feel like
Facts.
he's not even really gonna be a part of the finale. They're really just setting up this whole triad between X-Men, X-Force, and X-Factor, and like
Mm-hmm.
that's really the battle we're gonna see. And I'm like scratching my head because I'm like, you set up so much with Apocalypse. At this point, you know they're gonna have to bring him back to do more with the Horsemen, but everything that kind of led up to now, I feel is very much just falling flat because they're changing direction, and it's
Well,
just
how are you
doesn't
going to go
feel
back
right.
and have him get horseman when he has a horseman? But now you're going to take that horseman away from him. So now, what are you going
Right,
to do? You know, he has to fight four again. It's like
Mm-hmm.
one step
right,
forward, two steps back. It's like, what the heck is what?
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
Agreed.
not like he's gonna resurrect Chandra and have kids with her right now and make horsemen real quick. I don't see that happening either. Like I feel like all his bridges got burnt.
Danny, what about you? You have any negatives?
Not really.
Wow, really?
I don't
All
know
right.
the lore like y'all do. So the statement that ignorance is bliss serves me.
I got you. For me, so like I said, some of the negatives that I had. One, I didn't like the way they used X-Men, like Jean, Storm, Cyclops. I didn't like the way they used them in this episode. I figured that this episode, and I guess maybe because I thought it was going to go a different way, you could say that, but I thought it was going to be like an all-out fight against Gambit and trying to get him back, and Rogue just went with him so easy. She touched his face and
yeah.
seen that there was no soul there. She didn't feel anything and still was just like, okay, Gambit, yeah, let's go. Should I do this? Should I trust you? No. You seen him die. He was dead. Why the fuck would you trust him? You know what I mean?
Because in their world, Lonzo, they've seen all kind of crazy, unbelievable stuff. And when
Yeah.
the heart wants what the heart wants.
I think I agree
Yeah.
with that, Danny. The heart, the heart is the whole love was the whole point of this episode. I don't
Yeah.
know, it should have been the
Yes.
point of the episode.
No.
but that was the point
That's-
of this episode.
You
Yeah,
guys
that
are 100% correct,
Yeah.
but Gambit is a gray fucking corpse-looking dude with
Yeah.
red eyes. I'm sorry, no matter how much I love you, I am not fucking with you.
What did we talk
Well,
about
that's
before
the
the
thing.
show
It
started,
makes
Lonzo?
What do you mean?
you do.
Caucasianitis. It does.
Oh yeah. You're right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. No, I get you. You're right. Me. Go ahead.
I was just saying the thing is that yeah, when she doesn't feel a soul there, what compels her to even try? She right then she should have been like, okay, he's lost. I don't know what to do.
Yeah,
now.
that this is not Gambit. You know what I mean?
I'm not saying you can't get to the point where the mind battle happens and then she sees his spirit coming out and tries to help there. That
Yes.
makes sense. The
Yes.
fact that she just like you said, goes along with him, like, okay, fine, you look like him. I can work with that. I mean, okay, that's about what she's doing. Oh, well, you look like him. I can work with this.
Hey. I'm just saying, everyone knows someone who said I could fix this person.
Yes.
Not when they dead and came back to life, right?
But it's
So
just,
it goes back to the thing I really hated about that movie is Obsession, right? The dude leaves his house to go to work. He comes back, and that girl is still standing in the same spot she was when he left, and she got vomit and shit and piss all over herself. And he's like, okay, let me just clean you up. No. Something is definitely wrong with you. We bouncing. Sorry.
Right.
I'm bouncing. Yeah,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I'm bouncing. So,
Babe, I forgot the milk. Let me go grab that.
facts. Facts. Danny, you were going to say something?
I was gonna say, like y'all said, some of the parts that foreshadow this. Well, it's been foreshadowing the whole thing that she is lovesick. She ain't been herself, even in the fights. She hasn't been herself because she's still lovesick over Remy.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you remember, I think it was episode 4, maybe. I'm not sure. Her and Apocalypse had that conversation in the desert, and she's asking, "Did he ever have a love?" And he,
Mm-hmm.
yes. So that's what I attribute all this to. Does it make sense? Would we do that? No. But
So
in the
I
comic
agree
book
with
world,
you.
in this particular show, she just so distressed. She's just so head over heels, and they done seen the impossible. They done seen all kind of crazy stuff, so they know what Apocalypse can do. So,
But when you say that
maybe-
in the same breath, she said that to both. It was both of them, right? So she should have that, and the mirroring should be then Apocalypse with Chandra, because
Right.
that's his one great love. So, but then why would you put all your eggs into the one basket and not reciprocate it with that combination?
did she
Yeah.
betray him?
Yes.
Who?
Yes.
Yeah, she ends up betraying him, but they don't show that in this. Which another issue that I have, right? They don't explain
show.
that.
They showed
No,
it for a second, but it's
Yeah.
really way more convoluted than what they showed.
Yeah.
They showed the
big
flashback of
thing.
her betraying him.
He
That's
just they
how I
just
know
talked
that.
about it.
I
They
ain't
just
read no
talked
comic
about it.
book.
But they just talked about it. I don't think they showed it.
No, they
Yeah.
showed it.
Hold on. When did
gave
they
her the
show it?
power when she did something like she disappeared, did
He
something.
gave the power. Yeah, but they didn't. No, that's
Yeah,
not her. That's
he
not
hands her. He hands her the stone, and he's like, "Okay, so we're gonna be together forever." She's like, "Nope, I'm out," and she disappears. Like it's
Yeah.
like
Mm-hmm.
5 seconds.
But it's way more than that.
Yeah.
It's so much more. That's
All right.
not what happened
I'm
at
not
all.
doubting that, but I'm
Hey.
saying they showed it. That's how I
Yeah.
Gotta run, guys. So
All right,
Go on,
Chris,
sorry about it, Chris. Yeah.
give your
You
grades
can do-
and overalls, and then you can bounce.
I'm gonna go B minus. I mean, it looked good. It was all right to watch, but I'm gonna give it B minus. And yeah, I'm not sure where this leaves the rest of the.
I got you. All right, Chris. Thank you for
And
coming in.
if you guys
Appreciate it.
have time afterwards, come by, check out Real Review 2000 weekly wrap up. Thanks, guys. Bye.
Cool.
Absolutely, 100%. So shit, I lost my train of thought now. Okay, so yeah, so maybe they showed that, but I thought it was a little bit more than that. I just thought it was like, kind of was like way too quick, which is a lot of things that I had an issue with this episode. That I think things just went way too quick. Now I get exactly what you guys saying about the love thing, 100%. But it should have been more of her trying to, I'm going to save you, Remy, instead of I'm just going to come with you and do whatever you want me to do. You know what I mean? That's where I feel it should have went with. Instead of just like, oh, yeah, okay, should I trust you? No, you shouldn't trust him, but I'm going to do whatever I can to save you. That's where I kind of think it should have
Let me
went with
say
that.
this, and I'm gonna say this as calm as I can. No, as nice looking. As men, we all been vaginitized. And I'm sure that sometime in Jim's life, she's been dickmatized.
Pussy whip,
So
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying that happens. So maybe that's what we're seeing now.
100%. I get you.
Wait.
I listen.
Let's acknowledge what he just said. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
no, hold on. No,
At that
hold on.
point,
That's real.
Hold on. I get it. I do believe you 100%. But I don't care how good the poom poom is. If she's a psycho, you ain't going back.
Anzo, you had told me
Depends on how
before
good it
in
is.
our conversation that's the best kind. The crazy
It
one.
is. It is.
Okay.
No, wait, hold on. It is. You hit it and run. Right? And then you find another cycle. And then another cycle.
Depends
You
on
don't
how
stay.
good. It depends on
Yes.
how good it is.
Yes,
If it's
you
really
don't-
good,
Yes.
I'm in law enforcement. I see
No.
this every day. The same person that put their foot in the girl butt Tuesday, they back together Thursday.
100%.
Years and
100%.
years and years. So
100%.
just saying,
I get
it.
that. But if someone's a zombie and dead, that's a different story. All right? I get what you're saying, and I don't disagree with you. But we're going on another level now. This dude was dead. You watched him die. You buried his body. You know what I mean? And he came back and it was like, oh yeah. And then, not to mention, you kissed it?
Yeah. Okay. Let's
ask so many
operate on
questions.
this logic. Now, they two most powerful X-Men she know ain't stood a chance. He killed Magneto, and he almost killed Professor X. So she know this cat, he operating on a different level. They got 3 different teams trying to stop him. So if somebody operating at a different level, and what was that one y'all said, that the French guy, he can bring people back from the dead. So this is not an impossibility in their world.
I'm not saying it is. But when he brings someone back from the dead, they normal. They come back from the dead. She touched Gambit and Gambit was still dead. He had no soul, right?
I thought it was just the power of apocalypse in him.
No, he had no soul because when they go in his mind, his soul comes out of Apocalypse's aura or whatever, right? So it's obviously his soul wasn't in the body. I'm just saying, I get it 100%, but I think there's levels to it, and that's the level where I'm like, I'll pass. Thank you very much. You know what I'm saying?
I didn't do a good job explaining this today when I was talking about Chandra and me being disappointed in the story. So the whole thing about Apocalypse is his 4 horsemen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Chandra is the leader of the horsemen. Yep. She's his original horseman. No one talked about that. That's why it's so important when you have a thing about the horsemen, having Chandra be in there. How important she really is. Right. Never was discussed. Yeah. Never talk about the original 4 horsemen, that she is a horseman. He gave her the amulet. She becomes, I think it's a death. I think she's death. Like she is the benefactress of all of it. Like she is it. So like that's why I'm the story has more to do with it. He didn't just give her this stone. It was signaling you are a horseman, but you're the leader of the horsemen. I'm sharing my power with you. It was more to it.
I got you.
You see, like that's her turning into a horseman. They never talked about what was going on. And that's why I'm so disappointed in the story, because you've been setting up the 4 horsemen this entire season, and then you don't even explain how he started this whole horseman thing. She's right there in front of you, and you don't do that?
Right.
The Rogue trying to get that zombie Dead City D. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Because I even say, like, when I watch The Walking Dead, I'm like, I never see them with toothpaste or anything, but they are slopping and kissing every day. And I'm just like, I'm sorry, no.
Bro, at that time, when you got dead people walking around.
Yeah, and
does it really matter?
Yeah.
Drink some water.
For me, it'd only be pecs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Does it really matter?
Yeah, kind of. Because I still find the thing nasty, right? I'm not tonguing you down and know you ain't brush your teeth in like a month or so. You know what I mean? I'm not doing that.
Some alcohol, throw alcohol in there. It'll be all right. Kill all the germs. You're good to go.
Yeah, no. I guess if they have alcohol, yeah, you know what I mean? After a couple drinks, you don't give a damn about anything, right? But no, I'm sorry. No. I just had a lot of negatives. Anything else that I have? Yeah, I think so. The end, right? We get to the end, and now we find out that, like Jen said, it's probably going to be X-Men, X-Force, and they're all going to be trying to get to Gambit. Yeah, trying to get to Gambit while the X-Men are trying to save Gambit. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, that's not kind of what I expected or was signing up for, right? I thought we were getting Age of Apocalypse, even Onslaught. I don't even know if we're getting Onslaught anymore.
I don't think we are. I don't think
no, we're definitely not.
We're definitely not. We're not going to hear a mention, a peep, none of that. None of it. There's no possible way they can do that in one episode.
Maybe they'll do that next season. Maybe they're doing Easter eggs now.
Yeah,
it's possible, Danny, right? But when I go back and look at the whole series as a whole, the episodes were good, but a lot of them weren't connected to anything. You know what I mean? You got a little something at the end of it, and then boom. But a lot of it wasn't really connected to anything. And I felt like if you were giving us this two-parter with the apocalypse, and then like it felt like everything should be connected to what's happening towards the end, which is a big battle against apocalypse. And to me, you just kind of ruined that. You know what I mean? Now it's possible that it could next episode they could save Remy early, and then it goes into apocalypse, and at the end of the episode they have to fight apocalypse, where all 3 forces come together. They have to fight apocalypse, but it would have been better if he had a couple of horsemen there to help him out with that. So I don't know. I just wasn't really a big fan of where they were.
LDG deals from her.
Yeah, I think we after watching it, I think we LDG and from this whole thing, and it just didn't go to anything.
No,
Yeah.
but these are the storylines that this is the way it happens. When you
Yes.
bring up the word apocalypse and you set a
Yes.
two-part of a series and
Yes.
keep on having horsemen, and then you kill the main person, main bad guy from any X-Men comic book. When you do those things, you have expectations. You set up expectations.
Yes.
And I don't think we necessarily frommed it or did that at all. I think what we did, we have expectations, and they changed the storyline on us.
Yes.
Because it was going one way, because we had one writer, and then they said, F that, we're not going to do that story, but we're not going to change anything in the first five. So you set us to go towards this thing. It's only 10 episodes. That's half the freaking season.
Yeah. I agree with you 100%. It felt like they did a quick pivot, right? And we always talked about after episode 5, Bo DeMayo's not there anymore. I still think they took kind of his outline to certain things, but changed it to go where they wanted it to go. And I think that was a huge problem for me. You know what I mean? Especially with this episode. I think it was more glaring than anything in this episode than anything else that we've seen so far. So, anybody else had anything else? Any other negatives that you thought about?
It's so hard because if you say negative, it's just like you're shitting on the show. Where I just think they rose the bar is so high. Like if it's not an 8.0, 8.2, 8.3 episode, then it's terrible. That's where it is. And I still think this is better than 8.3. I'll give this like an 8.4, 8.5. It's like a little bit above average. I think it is. But when it's a penultimate, you gave it on the curve.
Yeah.
So I expect it to be higher than wherever your highest one could be a little bit less than that highest one. The highest one was episode 4, episode 5 was like a 9.4. Then that means the next thing you have to at least hit a 9.0. If you hit a 9.0 here, you're setting up a finale that we're gonna get epicness. And if you don't do it and you only hit like an 8.3, 8.4, then you're kind of like a little bit disappointed. And now this entire season could be looked at as a disappointment if they don't hit.
Absolutely.
One good thing I'm reading now that says season 3 has been completed and they get a season 4.
Yes.
So
Yes, absolutely.
You're right.
Hopefully this won't be. Hopefully this will be Easter eggs and then things that you wanted, the onslaught and other stuff, will come to fruition. I hope.
So, and I'll go back to this too, because it felt like I know Professor X was able to get into Gambit's mind. Felt a little bit weak over there, especially when they show us that he has a new Cerebro, bro. Right? But I'm like, if it was so easy to put Gambit down, why wasn't that the first thing you did when you got there? You know what I mean? Like, that should have been the first thing you did. Hey, went to his mind. Boom. And he was incapacitated, then you're in his mind fighting. So,
how many times is Professor S going to go, nah!
In someone, and then get in the mind and feel weak.
Right.
You know what I mean?
The whole thing. What are you talking about? These other people's power has nothing to do with their mentality. What are we doing that you let everyone else kick your ass on
in their mind? Yeah. I didn't like that. Said how many episodes in season 3? They'll probably go back to 10. I think this season would have had 10 if they didn't get rid of the last episode. And I think it's because the last episode was going to build into either Onslaught or Age of Apocalypse or whatever. And they're kind of pivoting from that now. So I think that's why. But I'm sure we'll get to 10. So that's what I didn't like. I don't like Professor X, going into mine and feeling all weak and shit. Not to mention the fact, and I get it, the Rogue and the love thing, and Rogue was able to do it, but this is what Professor X does, This is what Professor X does.
And the fact that Rogue, I mean, I know it's supposed to be Rogue that pulls out Gambit because she's the key, but watching Professor X just be so weak in that, and knowing Jean Grey is there and did not help when that's like her thing too, really irked me. I'm like, what is she doing? Getting smacked around by Nightcrawler? Like, where are your powers? Because that's where you should be helping. And then with all these powers, you couldn't detect that Cable was gonna like completely betray you at the end. Like, no one caught on.
Yeah.
With that. So I don't know.
No, I definitely agree with you 100%. We'll get into our grades and then our predictions for the last episode. Danny, what's your grades for this episode and prediction?
I'm going to give this a A-.
Okay.
I don't know what it predict. What's the last episode? Survival of the fittest.
Uh-huh.
I think
Hmm.
it's going to be an all-out war apocalypse. Now I know they done discovered him, so he's gonna do whatever he can. We may see somebody get killed. I don't know who. I don't know whether or not they're gonna be able to save Gambit from there. So maybe he'll turn full horseman. You might get a horseman of opportunity. Maybe Jubilee. Maybe Sunspot. I don't know, but I think he's definitely. I don't think he's. I don't think they're gonna be able to save Gambit. I think he's gonna get somebody else. Then,
I
then,
got you.
then he might pull McNeil out of his pocket. 'Cause I think he's traveling. I think it's more than one apocalypse traveling. The one that we saw leave that temple in the first
Mm-hmm.
episode,
Hmm.
I think that maybe he's going a different time getting horsemen, and maybe he'll reveal the other three horsemen in this last episode. To me, it makes sense if you get the dead body of Gambit. It makes sense he get the dead body of Magneto. Maybe to go off as a cliffhanger like that.
I got you. I wouldn't mind that at all. Jen?
I gotta bounce.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
direction.
go. Oh,
Yeah,
sorry,
Danny.
Jen.
Seeing y'all. I'll talk to y'all later on this week.
Yeah, go ahead, Danny.
Danny.
Take care.
I actually agree with Danny. Now that I'm
Oops.
going with this,
Shit, my bad.
oh, that's okay. I had to rethink like where they're gonna go with all this. So I think like Onslaught definitely can't even happen this episode. And knowing what the season finale is, I can only think one of two things. They're either not gonna really be able to to save Gambit, and it's gonna backfire, and he will become like a real horseman the way he's supposed to be by the end of the finale. And I think they're gonna have to bring Magneto back as a horseman in order to get Magneto back in. Because if that's
Hmm.
not the direction, like, because Magneto got killed off early on, and if that was Boldemeo's thing and not the new showrunners thing, if they're gonna have to bring back Magneto and do it in a way so that eventually by the end of season 3 we can get Onslaught, I think they're gonna have to bring him back as a horseman, and I think the survival of the fittest it might set up like it is this three-way battle, which we saw kind of the thing with Val Cooper, where you have X Factor and X Force trying to take down X Corp, but the three of them, my enemies, whatever that phrase is, a
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
of my enemies, whatever. I think the three of them are gonna have to get together to kind of take down Apocalypse, and I think it's not gonna work very well. And hopefully, not that I want it to be that way, but for the story's sake, hopefully by the end of the season finale, we'll see him set up with at least two, if not three more horsemen in total. That way, it can go forward from there. Him not having any horsemen at this point, or them completely, like, not really even bringing Apocalypse in, I think would be the worst move that they can make for the finale. I think they kind of started with that and they need to kind of finish it. So if in the next episode we don't really see Apocalypse, or he kind of just is like done with this for right now, and we kind of just have X Factor and like X Force and taking it to the tower, which is supposed to be X Corp. Again, that would be great to see, but that cannot be the finale that we get, because I feel like the stakes just won't be high there. The other thing is the theory that I know was floating around that I had mentioned with Val Cooper possibly being Mystique. Maybe that's a fan theory and they're going to cater to some of the things that the fans have been saying. I could see them making that one of their like cliff drop hangers, like at the end where they're like, oh, and they reveal that Val Cooper is Mystique, and it takes that in a different direction leading to season 3. But that's kind of really what I'm hoping for at this point, because they've already totally veered off from where they were leading up to. So I kind of need to see that follow through to kind of keep my faith. I mean, it's X-Men I'm probably always going to watch because I love X-Men, but I was like so psyched. I'm not that psyched for the finale as I was because of this
Yeah.
episode. I'm going to still watch it and I want to see what they do, but it's kind of crushing that things that we already had seen line up are not lining up just because that's not what they wanted to do and there was a difference of creative opinion.
Absolutely. So T1000 sent a $5 super chat. Thank you, T1000. Much appreciated. He said, love the content. I actually started watching Silo because of y'all. I'm having from withdrawals. Yeah, we're having from withdrawals too. I can't even lie about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then here comes Danny. You see, he was too chicken crap to say it on stream, so he had to come in and chat and say it. And he said, y'all need to stop streaming so much together. Y'all thinking too much alike. I can't handle 3 Onzos on a stream. Listen, it's just great minds think alike, Danny. That's all it is, brother. You know what I mean? I mean,
We
Yo,
argue when there's a point to argue, but we're not
Of
going to
course.
argue when there's no point to not to argue.
Right.
I'm not gonna make
100%.
And
And
I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest with what I know and how I feel. Just
And of
sorry.
course, Brian had to come and ruin my whole thing. All right, Brian, great minds think alike. That's what we're saying, all right? We don't talk about our. Wait, what? What do you mean, no?
I gotta speak with you
Okay.
too much often. I have to make sure.
Okay, so I'll say it then. I'm a great mind, and you guys sometimes follow me. There you go. All right, is that what you want to hear? I was trying to give credit and be like, we're all great minds
so
over
much
here,
more
but
like you. That's much more like you. I like that.
did y'all hear that Marvel might make a spin-off series with X Factor?
Yes, I did.
I didn't hear that, but that would be interesting. But they got to stick the landing on this episode, this season, though. They really got to stick the landing. I'm kind of like Jen, kind of iffy about it. But Brian, what are your thoughts?
I'm gonna go with a solid B.
Oh yeah.
Solid B, and then I'm gonna say I'm gonna have this big hope for this finale. So check this out.
Go ahead, let's do it.
I do believe so. We'll have X Factor, we'll have X Force, and we'll have X-Men. And I think Apocalypse is going to kind of watch. They do save Gambit, but Apocalypse then pulls out. He goes back into his body because he regenerates. He pulls out Magneto, and he pulls one person from each team to make his four horsemen and leaves. And the people that he takes will be Scott.
Oh,
I like it.
Scott's gone. Polaris.
Polaris. Yep.
Polaris used to be was on us, and I'm gonna go with
Sunfire and Magneto.
Yeah, Sunspot.
Sunspot and Magneto.
I'm with you. I'm with you on Sunspot and Polaris. I was not thinking Scott. That's a good one.
So I think because you take the leader out of it and you mess up Cable even more, right? Because Cable's whole thing is I'm supposed to kill Apocalypse. So I think Scott being the person that goes would be phenomenal.
Not to mention, in Age of Apocalypse, Scott is working with Apocalypse, right?
Exactly.
So I could definitely see them doing that 100%. I would like that. That'd be interesting.
I'll be happy. Go
ahead.
Even if they save Gambit, after everything Gambit knows, Gambit in the original, from what I remember, Gambit went to Apocalypse. Like, he's the one that wanted to be made a horseman. Not because he hated mutants, but because he actually wanted to help save them, that he went to Apocalypse. So he might, it could always be like they could save him and it'd be like, no, mon cher, I'm going back.
Yeah. They could do that too, 100%. And I'm going to kind of take a little bit of Brian. I think that, because I remember when we talked about The Walking Dead, we're like, oh, they're probably going to kill off the Dharma quick and whatever. I think they're going to do that too. I think they're going to save Gambit early on, and Apocalypse is going to actually be the threat that all three forces have to fight, right? I believe they're going to do that, because to have them fighting each other and maybe it might
it'll waste too much time. Why are we doing this for no gains? There's nothing to gain from it going to next season. You need something that's going to be a cliffhanger, and him letting them fight each other, and him coming out and then saying, I'm taking one of you, I'm taking one of you, I'm taking one of you. What if it takes old girl and she turns him Mystique, and he sees it, and so now it's Cyclops, it's Magneto, it's Mystique, and then Sunspot. What if it's that? And then now we're talking about a team that's a problem, and they might be more powerful than anything that's left.
Absolutely. Yeah. And one thing I'll say too, kind of going on to my negatives, I know I forgot this. I don't like the way they're using some of the X-Men in this series. Like, again, Jean are not using them. Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, it was good to get other X-Men involved. Good to see Bishop. Good to see Polaris. But you sidelined Jean, you sidelined Scott, you sidelined Storm to bring in these other X-Men to run it. I didn't like that.
Am I the only one that thought it was very weird that Polaris and Bishop were in the opening sequence and then wasn't in the episode at all? So originally in that for the males, and then they just, we forgot. We're just gonna keep this one up.
Nah, in the back of my mind, I'm like, they finally are begging somewhere. They got a hotel room. That's where they at.
That's
my mind, they was finally handling business.
Hey, what if the next episode opens up with him smoking a cigarette?
Hell yeah. And her in the sheets. That's what I want to see.
Facts. Wait. You know what? For a second, I thought they did land there. You're right. They weren't in this episode, eh?
Nope, the
Oh.
entire episode. And they were like, why were they in the opening unless it was with Bolden Mail when he was doing it? They were supposed to be in the episode, and they just weren't.
Interesting. Yeah, I thought they were in this episode real quick, but they
No,
weren't.
George we finally saw, but no Bishop and
Yeah.
no Polaris at all. And I was like, oh, they got to be begging. Please, for love of God, let them be begging somewhere.
Havoc don't know, huh?
Facts.
The way Havoc was treating Polaris, fuck him.
But that's
Scott.
gonna be a reason why he's gonna want to fight the X-Men, right? He's like, this big black guy just took my woman. All right, it's over now. Fuck you, Professor X, and fuck the rest of you X-Men.
You know she ain't ever going back. She ain't
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%.
Never.
Oh, 100%.
No, that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. She's one of us now. You know what I mean?
She's black through insertion. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all right. Did y'all ever hear Gambit is more powerful than Jean Dark Phoenix because Mr. Sinister did something to Gambit's brain to help him reduce his powers because it was too much? I didn't hear that. I don't know if these guys did.
Not Jean Dark Phoenix. Dark Phoenix Force is one of the strongest
Right.
things in the entire universe. There's nothing out there stronger
Right.
than the Dark Phoenix Force. So I can't. No.
I don't know what that. I don't recall that from anything. I'm sorry. Anik Jones usually on point with everything. So put us something in, something that we can fact check or reference. I'll look it up after this, but I never heard of that.
Yeah, me neither. Jen, did you give it a grade?
A B. I'm going
Okay,
with a
give
solid B. Absolutely.
give me.
And everything else has been like an A. This is the first B I've given X-Men this entire season.
I want to be nice and give it a B.
You want to go C? I know you do.
Yeah, I think I want to give it a C.
I know you want to go C.
I think I want to give it a C. Like I said, I didn't hate it, but I didn't have much positives about it either, right? Like, okay, that's fine. But to say that, at least in other episodes, there's always something where I was like, yeah, that was cool, and I love this, and I gave that, and I just can't do it with this episode. So I don't hate it, but I don't. It was just definitely one of the worst. I think the worst episode out of both seasons so far. Like I don't remember a worst episode last season. And if I'm not mistaken, last season each episode felt a little bit more connected to each other.
Yes.
I'd have to go back and watch it, but I remember. Yeah,
everything kind of flowed into each other. This one was they were very independent.
Yeah.
episodes that kind of like. All right, Wolverine got his claws.
The adamantium. Oh yeah, don't worry, I got you.
No, not last night. You didn't have me. I heard you.
You did throw it.
Shit, I was kind of hoping you would have forgotten
No,
that one.
I had to take off the gardening gloves from shoveling rocks. I was like, nah, this nigga did not. I heard you.
Yes, I did.
And then, so my husband heard all this because he's outside with me. He took 5 minutes to try and I still can't say and to I don't know. He tried to get me to say it and break it down. I looked at
Adamantium.
Adamantium.
Adamantium. Adamantium.
Yeah.
That was probably the best one I'm gonna get.
Yeah, that was
So when
pretty
he
good.
got that back, like he wasn't. Like he was taken out so quickly here. Oh, that's one thing I need to say. I did love all of the different suits that they had on. They all had on like different suits when they came to the battle, and I noticed that. And I was like, that's got to be from all the different issues and stuff that we've seen. And it was like kind of paying homage to the different sagas, I guess, of the X-Men and where they all came out. So I did like that. But Wolverine kind of really hasn't done much. I'm like, you showed us that whole episode
Yeah.
for what? Like for what? I'm like, I know he needed it back. I know we need to see it. I know it's going to be building to something, but I guess I just, we're in 2026. I need some kind of instant gratification every now and again. I could play the long game, but not when you only have 9 episodes for this season and we're at the penultimate. I'm done playing like the long waiting game from you. I want to see some of that you showed me this season pay off.
I agree, and that's what I'm saying. I think like you said, like you had the episode where he got his adamantium back, but nothing really came out of that. Okay, he got his adamantium back. You could have done that in such a better way. You know what I mean? Like you could have made it a part of one of these episodes or something like that. So I agree with you on that one, 100%. I think they did a lot of things that just didn't feel right to me. and that's why I give it the way it did. But it's not a horrible episode. Go ahead, Brian.
Off of what Nika's asking about the whole Gambit thing, I
Yeah.
do remember this now, but this is not in the main storyline. It's on it's like an alternate universe or
Okay.
something like that. So like it's not something that actually happened. I believe when he's totally unrestrained, it's called he's called like New Sun.
Yes.
He's New Sun, and it's like it changes things on a molecular level, and because it's molecular level stuff, it can manipulate some of the Phoenix Force. It defeats the Phoenix Force, but this is not the main standard Phoenix Force. It's not that, and it's not standard mainstream Gambit. So I still believe even in that point, that higher Omega level Gambit versus the regular Phoenix Force usually does win. Would win in most other things. The power limits of the Phoenix Force just are uncapped.
I got you.
Right.
I got you. Yeah, because it seems like the Phoenix Force is really powerful, and I don't know Gambit to be that strong. Go ahead, Jen.
Yeah, I was just reading up on it. Like, it's from a whole different alternative. I don't really remember it, but I was just reading that Gambit, like our Gambit, goes and actually defeats him and kills New Sun, and that's how they kind of get rid of that whole storyline. Because I was reading, I was like, and I apologize, Annie Jones, I do not remember the New Sun storyline at all. I must have missed that, and I'm so sad. I'm gonna catch up now.
He said about Mr. Sinister.
Sinister
I believe that
develops
is the
brain.
main. I think that is the main because he was worried about what would happen to himself if he becomes uncontained. So I think Mr. Sinister does do that though. I think that's true too.
Yeah, it says
I
that
got you.
Mr. Sinister developed this new alpha level mutant brain that he puts it into Gambit, making him New Sun from that, and which, like you said, it changes him on a molecular level.
I got you. So my prediction, I already said that for last episode, is I just think that they're gonna team up and have this big fight, and I do believe that maybe Apocalypse will end up being the big battle at the end. So I do believe that. I agree with Brian. We should do something that gives us a cliffhanger going on to the next season. You know what I mean? There has to be something big. We can't just give this. I don't know where they're going to go with it. I was hoping for Onslaught. I was hoping for Age of Apocalypse. But, if they do something that interests me or like, oh, yeah, okay, I can't wait to see that, then I'll be back on course. I'm worried about the next episode.
No, you should talk about each episode how it's been written. So I feel like we thought it was going to go somewhere, and we were excited by it. This episode wasn't the way that we thought it should have been. But if they do a good job next episode, we'll talk about it because they're not putting these things together well. They're not.
Right.
It's not just because one thing happened doesn't mean the other thing's going to happen. So we'll just talk about that as it comes.
Right.
Absolutely. And it doesn't mean that they can't fix it and give us something to be like, oh, shit, okay, I didn't see that coming. That's great. They could do that 100%.
I hope they do.
Me too. Me too. Because it just seems like it seems like when we were doing this, it felt like, we're going to this epic thing, and then they changed it. Give us something else epic where it's like, okay, I'm cool with that. I'll be fine with it. But until then, I don't know. He said, do a watch party for the... Nah, man, that thing comes on at 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm sorry. Not happening. You know what I mean?
You will be at 3 o'clock in the morning, but
yeah. I'm not doing that on at 3 o'clock in the morning. Now, if you want, and everybody works Wednesdays, so we can't do it during the day and stuff like that. So you know what I mean?
I'm
Like
off on Wednesdays. I watch it every Wednesday morning.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
I watch it at work. On my way to work, I pop it on my phone, and I usually watch it then, and then I watch it again when I get home. But yeah, there is no 3 o'clock watch party. Sorry, homie, that's not happening.
You have to go to work too in the morning? Nah, bro.
Yeah. That's not happening.
I don't even know if I do a 3 a.m. watch party for From, and God knows I love From, and I stay up mad long. But to stay up or have a watch party, that's too. We're in our 40s, right?
Yeah. No, we said that. When I didn't get it, I was like, yo, if they decide to put at 3 o'clock, I'm not doing that. You know what I mean? We've done that. Yeah. I don't. What show was it? I think there was one show where we actually watched it at 3 in the morning and did a watch party for it. But I'm not doing that again. I think I was working from home at the time, so it wasn't a big issue. You know what I mean? But to do that and have to get up and actually go to work, nah, screw that. Sorry about that. Brian, tell the people where they can find you.
On 1/3 of Spoiler Kings, we go live Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturday nights. Saturday mornings, I'm with Nzo doing the rewind. And then a couple times during the week, we are all together doing breakdowns of TV shows. And they got some more TV shows coming in that are fire, so I cannot wait.
He said, "You suck, man. If you're a true X-Men fan, you would do it, man." Hold on. Your ass probably wouldn't even show up on the stream, right? Because you'd be sleeping. So what are we talking about here? About, yeah, you would do it. No, I won't do it.
I would wait. I know you don't do Discord. I'll say I would wake up and stream it at 3 o'clock in the morning. All I gotta do is go over and put it on for everybody to watch on Discord and like chat. Not on a live stream. No, and I don't care what I look like. It's not that. It's that I want to be laying down in my bed.
Yeah,
Like,
100%. 100%.
as comfy as my little corner is, nah. And 3 a.m. is that witching hour? Nah. I'm
not even rolling over the stream for y'all for 3 o'clock in the morning. I leave my damn bed. You know how hard it is to get uninterrupted sleep.
Good sleep.
I won't get up in the middle of my sleep.
I'm right there with you, brother. There are nights where I can't sleep and like have insomnia, so I don't really sleep, and I'll just sit down. But I don't even turn on the TV. I just lie in the dark and try to sleep. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna do like, let me just see what's on TV now. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not doing that.
That's how it turns at 6 o'clock in the morning, and you're like, I can't believe I didn't go sleep the entire time.
Yeah,
nope.
Exactly.
Don't do that.
Anyone watching the new Looney Tunes movie this week? I'll watch it. I don't know if I'm going to the theater to see it.
Yeah, I'm seeing on one of my channels.
That's what I'm seeing on one of my channels.
Yeah. I'm not spending money to go see that. Absolutely not. Even for a super dollar super. No, nah, $50. Yeah, it'd be a little bit more than that for me to even consider it. But I'm talking like a G. You know what I mean? And that's to consider it. Like anything less than that, there's absolutely not. Jen, where can they find you?
Y'all can find me on Nerdy AF, making videos, as well as guest hosting with Sci-Fi Vision and Real Cinema Therapy, and of course, right here with Anzo Big Afford Entertainment and Brian.
And then next up, we are about to watch from. Oh my God!
What?
No,
Really?
I
wish.
Let's go.
Let's go.
My bad. Dead City is coming up next, guys. So make sure. And listen, Dead City comes on at 12. And I still haven't done that. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do that. And you know what I mean? Because I know Brian is doing his stream after that. And then to go do another one right after that. I'm like, no, we can watch it when everybody else usually gets it, which is on the Sunday night at 9 o'clock. But I don't know. I don't know about that. Hear this guy. Your ass, Anik Jones. All right.
Is actually way better than season 2 was, so you should definitely jump on and catch up. It is not. And for what? Did you just say sucks?
Yeah.
Hold up. You need to stay away. That's what I have for you, Yanni Jones. Stay
Hold
away.
On. 100%.
Yeah.
We're gonna hang it up right here on the camera so you can't come in.
Word. I got one that lights up. Hold on, I got a little tea light. It changes color. I'm gonna just leave that one right there for you.
Hey, wait. Well, why does yours light up?
Oh, I got a tea light one that a friend 3D printed for me. So I got the one on the door. And then I got a new tea light that I keep down here. That's all lit up. Cause I'm cool like that, Anzo. Come on.
You're right, cause I was like, I didn't see that shit on the site. I would have got that one. You know what I mean? Mine's boring now.
I'm trying to get the program. I'm trying to see if the guy that prints them, this guy Nick, he lives in Brooklyn. I'm seeing if he could send my husband the files so my husband can 3D print them.
That's fine.
My husband
Nice.
needs a project for the 3D printers, just sitting there collecting dust. Casa tu padre. Sorry.
He said, y'all gonna watch Hot D?
Yeah, House of the Dragon.
Yeah, House of the Dragon.
Now,
Hell yeah.
Who still watches The Walking Dead? We do, motherfucker.
What are you doing?
I just told you we're doing the stream for it.
In like 45 minutes.
Facts. So where y'all get them totem from? You want one?
There's a
Jen,
website.
yeah, if you want, put the website in the chat.
Let me see if I can find the website. Hold
Yeah.
on a second.
Y'all showing the stale dog shit on the stream like it's a flex. Oh, it's definitely a flex, bro. This is a flex. What are we talking about? This is a flex. You know what I mean? Don't be hating. Don't be hating.
It sound like hate to me. That's all I heard.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Hate.
Because I bet you if we were to put one of these motherfuckers up as a giveaway, your ass would be in there trying to get it.
Hell, yes, they would.
100% you'd be trying to get that shit. So, but yeah, guys, make sure to check us out. Jen's going to put the link in the chat for T1000 to get one of the totems. They're not expensive either. A good price, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Definitely.
Here it is. Dropping it into the stream. Where are you, stream?
Yes, you would. Yes, you would, Anique Jones. And you know what? When we do our giveaway, we'll do it when Jen comes back from her vacation. But when we do our giveaway, I'm gonna put one up, and only for you if you win. You won't get the prize we're getting. You get one of these, just to let you know. All right. So there you go. Let me make sure that went through because I don't see it here. Hold on.
I put it in the actually on YouTube.
Yeah. It might not be your fault. It might be YouTube blocking links and shit.
You on Chaos, the other one.
You want to go to Chaos? Hold on, let me go to Chaos Central.
No, it's on Bigger Force should work.
Oh, yeah, it's on Bigger Ford. I mean, you can't click on it. You have to like copy the text and paste it in.
Why is it not there? Huh? I don't see it.
Here, wait. I'm gonna put it in the private chat right now. There it is.
Yeah.
Right to you, Nzo. So maybe you
Yeah,
can take it and
I'll
drop it
put
off.
it in. Yeah, I'll put it in there.
Right. And if the coupon code doesn't work, the We Love Dieter coupon code, if that doesn't work, don't worry about it. You can still order it. The coupon code was for 10% off. I'm not sure if that expired already or not, but it still opens up. Yeah, I don't know if the coupon code works. The We Love Dieter coupon code.
There it is. So you guys should see it there in the chat now. T1000. Check it out. If you want to check it out. Wait, did it show up?
Yeah, it did.
Okay, good. I see it there. He said that would be my dog's chew toy.
Wow.
You know, break your dog's teeth.
Said I got it. Thanks, no problem. Yeah, guys, so make sure to check us out. We're going to move over to From, which will be starting in about 30 minutes.
Dead City, stop saying From. Sad.
I said it again. Unbelievable. Dead City. Thank you. We are going to move over to Dead City. All right? We're going to watch it, so come watch it with us. Thank you, everybody, for popping in. Much appreciated. Peace.
Bye.